Hello, Karen here again, and we're back on the roll with our detoxification processes. Today, we are going to go into skin. So I'm just going to share my screen. And away we go. Okay, part 3 of detoxification processes. Hopefully, you've taken on board digestion and bowels and liver and all of that. Today, we're going to go into skin. Now, skin is, believe it or not, a very, very important component of our, sorry for this, if you're seeing this, sorry. Okay, tonight we'll cover love the skin you're in. Now, the skin has a lot to do with detoxification, as you will see. Did you know that your skin is the largest organ of your body? It's not just your cover. Your skin functions as a protection and body temperature regulation. And it also is the largest organ that excretes waste from your body. Waste materials are eliminated by, you guessed it, perspiration. Perspiration is a vital component of our health and well-being, which is why it's not such a good idea to be stopping your sweating underarms and why deodorants are so good. Bearing in mind, most deodorants contain aluminium. If you're not sure, have a look at the ingredients, but if you're not sure, get a natural one. The crystal ones are really good. They last a long, long time. They really are very effective too. Okay, and also, just a little tip before we go on further, is if you detoxify well, you won't smell as much. There you go. So it's the toxins and bacteria and things. So as well as a detoxification organ, it also is an absorption organ, hence, which is why our magnesium gel works so well. Although the skin acts as a barrier that's large enough to stop large particles through into the bloodstream, much like the digestive tract internally, only allows nutrition to pass through if it's in good health. You remember our gut health and how if our gut's healthy, it only allows nutrition through. The same for our skin. As you can see here, this is just a sort of representation of the healthy skin barrier, where bacteria isn't allowed in and free radicals isn't allowed in either. However, hydration stays in. So it's a really interesting one, isn't it? Now, when the skin is unhealthy, and for those of you who've ever struggled with eczema or acne or anything like that, that is where we can get infections and things in our skin. So as you can see, there's bacteria gets in, water loss comes out, so you get dehydrated, and also free radicals and irritants get in. And so our skin becomes unhealthy. So, and if your skin is thin and psoriasis and everything, you're much more prone to infection. So if you've ever had eczema like me, it's really irritating and it itches. And so you itch it and you're much more prone to infection. Okay. The skin consists of two main layers, the epidermis and the dermis. The upper air exposed epidermis with its rigid lipid stratum corneum, it has a major role in barrier function. It consists predominantly of stratified, proliferating and differentiating keratinocytes, 95%, with important innate immune cells such as Langerhans cells and mast cells being distributed throughout. Now, islets of Langerhans are also on your pancreas, so that's how vital this operation is. So the underlying dermis provides tensile strength and elasticity. Additionally, the dermis contains blood and lymph vessels. Skin appendages such as hair follicles, gland, and residual, as well as infiltrating immune cells. So what I'd like you to think is your skin in really good shape? Or is there room for improvement? And it would be really interesting if you could put in the chat below here in our Facebook group what your number for skin is. So say, for example, skin 10 for awesome skin, no need for improvement, and 1 have real problems with skin. Is it painful and you can't seem to put anything on it? So just let me know where you're at. Okay. New research is suggesting that our skin is actually involved in our metabolic rate. Yes, you hear it. Your skin could have something to do with you not being able to lose weight at some time or another. And especially in certain areas of our body, like our buttocks and breast skin. Although there's a lot more work to be done in this field, it starts to make you think that our skin is far more than just the protective layer we've been taught. Now, this research is very complex and fascinating, but too in-depth for us to go into. If you would like a link to the papers I was looking at, let me know and I will forward it to you. And it's really, really, I'll put it in the chat below here because it is so interesting, because it's something I never even thought of, to be honest, and I'm a practitioner, you know. Okay, beneficial ways to support your skin. Eliminate chemical-laden products. There are actually thousands of chemicals you'd rather not put into your body in shampoos, conditioners, soaps, and other personal care items. So start with paraben elimination, and then think of choosing cosmetics and cleansers that are only organic ingredients. They are really, really important. Now, let's go back to parabens. Parabens can cause estrogenic activity in the body, which can lead to breast cancer, birth defects if used for multiple generations. They can also lower sperm count in men and cause reproductive issues in women. And also, if you think about it, it can make a big difference to when you get to menopause. So if your estrogen levels are out of kilter, before you go into menopause, you're going to have trouble. So it's a really important component to our health and well-being. Now, here's a way of really, really looking after your skin. And skin brushing using a dry, natural bristle brush is really interesting because it can support other organs of your body, like your liver, your kidneys, and digestive organs. Dead skin cells and excreted weight from our pores can build up and clog the skin, so it cannot continue to detox from the inside out. We sweat when we participate in sports or other activities, but our skin is clogged, so we cannot expel the toxins, and so they get trapped inside the dermis. This can cause acne, hives, skin rashes, and other unsavory effects. So when you're dry skin brushing, do it before a bath or shower, and you start from the soles of your feet, and you always brush upwards. Now, the reason you brush upwards is because your lymphatic system, which sort of goes along the same lines as your venous system, is moving upwards, and it moves towards the thymus and clears all the toxins, which is just below, just around about the heart area. And so if you brush upwards, abdominally in a clockwise direction, because that's the way your bowels go, and on your arms, brush towards the heart and brush down towards the heart. So if you've got a nice gentle brush, do it on your face too, because that can clear the lymphatics as well as helping your skin. One of my clients, this is I just thought I'd share this with you. One of my clients, I might have shared this with you already, but so forgive me if you've already heard it. But one of my clients, he came to see me. This was very early on in my career, and he had really bad diabetes, as well as many of the other associated problems with circulation and everything else. And so I started telling him about changing his diet, and he wasn't going to do that. Then I started suggesting some herbs, a herbal regime, a nutrient regime, and he wasn't going to do that. If he was my client now, I'd have sacked him by then. But then when I was younger and I was less mature in my stance, I told him about skin brushing. He said, I can do that. So he purchased a brush off me. Anyway, to cut a long story short, 2 months later, he came back and his peripheral circulation was back to normal. His blood sugar levels had normalized. So as you can see, our skin is far more than what we actually think it is. It's all interconnected. And so that's what I just wanted to explain to you, because that is so, so important. Now, this is how you don't do dry skin brushing. You do not do it like that. And so, as you know, diatomaceous earth has been shown to prove the benefits for the digestive system, but also by taking it, what you're doing is you've got a lot of silica. Silica is really good for connective tissue and also for your skin. So I would really encourage you to take the diatomaceous earth on a regular basis, twice a day, first thing in the morning and lunchtime. Like we said, it can energize you. So next, another way of detoxifying the body is sweating. So yes, if you exercise, it's great. It's a really good way of reducing toxic burdens. And so physical activity does that, but also is a sauna. Now, a dry sauna, actually, you sweat far more than a traditional Swedish sauna. Now, a dry sauna is actually an infrared sauna. We're very lucky we have one here. Now, if you have access to a far infrared sauna, do not forget, drink lots of water while you're in there, and either use Boost or use the Himalayan Sol that I've talked to you about, and sit in there and sweat. Your skin will love you for it, because not only will you be sweating out chemicals, you will also be sweating out heavy metals. And heavy metals can wreak havoc in your body, hence not having aluminium in your deodorant. Now, aluminium can really affect the brain and has been linked to Alzheimer's and also other things, so like breast cancers and things. Now, while I'm on the subject of skin, I don't know if you know, but there's a big lawsuit that was granted a few years ago against Johnson & Johnson, and it was about their baby powder. And the baby powder has been linked to ovarian cancer. And the only reason that anyone would have baby powder from being a baby would be through the skin. And the reason this lawsuit was brought about was because they found traces of talcum powder in the ovarian tumors. So think twice about what you're putting on your skin. It's a really, really, really important component. Now, if you don't have a whole house water filter, I would encourage you to at least get a shower filter and a filter for your drinking water. You can get really good quality purification shower heads that can just go onto your original shower head, and it takes out chlorine, aluminium, pesticides, fluoride, and even arsenic out of your municipal system. Activated charcoal can take out some of the toxins, but not all of them. So there's different forms of shower filters. So there's an awful lot on the internet. Now, as opposed to soap, shower gels and everything, I'm a big fan of Dr. Bronner's. Now, Dr. Bronner's, I tend to use the unscented variety, which is the baby one, because it's got no, and I just add essential oils to it. Now, the reason I like this is it's very, very strong. And so I get a big bottle and I sort of do 1/3 Dr. Bronner's and 2/3 water and shake it a bit. And you can use it as hand soap, you can use it as body wash, you can use it as shampoo, you can use it for whatever you like. Really reasonably priced and incredibly ethical company too. And so that's a really good product, and you can get that from either Health Post, which is good value, or your local health shop. So if you want to support your local health shop, which is a good idea, you can get it from there. And I really rate it. I've been using it for about 15 years and it's amazing. So the other thing to help your skin is baths or foot baths. Now, take a detoxifying bath if you have one 2 to 3 times a week. If you haven't got a bath, do a foot bath. And so this is one recipe that I've used. And if you just do a bath for 20 to 30 minutes, it can help clear the pollutions from the pore of your skin. And you can use things like Himalayan salt, ginger, baking soda, sea salt, apple cider vinegar. If you're going to use Epsom salts, however, only use it for the last 10 minutes. The reason is Epsom salts is a very, very powerful detoxifier. However, after about 11 or so minutes, reverse osmosis starts to happen and you start reabsorbing the toxins you've got rid of. So if you just use the other ingredients for the first sort of 15, 20 minutes and then add the Epsom salts, I tend to dissolve it in very, very hot water and then add it for the last 10 minutes. It's really simple. There's a very, very profound treatment, which is called the cold sheet treatment, which is where you use ginger, chilies, I think it's ginger and chilies, and a very, very hot bath. And what you do is you always have to have an assistant with this. You can't do this on your own. And then what you do is you put those in a muslin bag and you pop that in a hot bath. And you also have hot ginger tea to sip while you're in the bath. So basically you're heating yourself from the outside in and you're heating yourself up from the inside out. And what you do is you lay in that bath for as long as you can and you keep on topping it up with really hot water. So you're really sweating. This is for if you're actually relatively sick or if you're dealing with certain things. It's a really good, it's very powerful. And then sitting by the side of you, you will have already prepared this, is a big bucket of iced water with a sheet in it. Sounds horrendous, but it's not. So you sit with this and it's sort of really, really freezing cold. But this bath, you get so hot. And that's why you need someone with you, because in actual fact, you get so hot, you can actually lose control of where you are, where space and time. And then what you do is once you've been in there for 30 minutes, is your helper will then help you out of the bath and wrap you up in this cold sheet and then take you to a bed where you've got a plastic sheet all over it and then wrap you up in blankets. And if you have the time, you can do overnight. And the sheet by the end of the night will be dry, but all the toxins will be showing up on the sheet. You'll be amazed at what comes out of your body doing this. Just like, I don't know if you've ever done those detox foot pads, that plus more. It's phenomenal. It's actually a treatment we used to use when we had the Incurables clinic and we used to do residential retreats. It was very, very interesting. But anyway, I don't think any of you will need to do that, but you know, definitely worth it. Okay, use products on your skin that contains vitamin C, which can help provide antioxidant protection. Now, vitamin C is like magnesium. It can get absorbed through the dermis of the skin. And so consequently, you can absorb vitamin C really well and utilize it. Now, on the other note is jojoba oil. I always recommend jojoba as it gives a layer of protection. And it also is a factor 15-ish sun protection. So it's wonderful for your skin. Now, the reason jojoba is such a brilliant protector is it's actually not an oil, it's a wax. And it's also it sort of matches the sebum of the skin, so really moisturizing. And so it's really good for inflammation, preventing acne, it soothes sunburn and rejuvenating the skin. Also, you can massage it into your hair and can eliminate dandruff and also prevent hair loss. One of the things I recommend it for clients, especially here in New Zealand, where our sun is so fierce, and you want to use some of the real strong sunscreens because maybe you're out in the water or whatever, is if you put jojoba on before that, putting the sunscreen on, it prevents you absorbing those toxins, which is a huge thing to do, really. So making sure you're using the most amazing oil you possibly can, and that is jojoba. A lot of formulations have other oils in, but jojoba is a really, really good nutritive oil to use. And you can always put essential oils in if you wanted to. And of course, your skin is affected by what you eat and what you drink. Make sure you drink your 3 liters of liquid at least a day. If it's really hot, you will probably need to know more. You need more. Drink lots of water throughout the day. It is important, even if you're not on this program, keep on drinking water. It'll keep flushing the kidneys, it'll keep flushing the bowels, it'll keep helping the liver. It's really important, and it also really helps your skin. I've noticed if I don't drink water throughout the day, my skin looks totally different the next day, and it's that quick. So make sure you're drinking and keeping your body and your skin hydrated. Minerals are also really important, which is why we have boost drops on our programs. And also I recommend taking the Himalayan salt sol, which is the saturated solution in a liquid form. The importance of minerals in skincare has been severely overlooked, especially in the comparison to the attention of vitamins for the skin receives. Minerals are essentially the spark plugs of our body, carrying out important bodily functions through enzyme reactions. They facilitate the transfer of nutrients across cell membranes with important assistance from vitamins. However, minerals are the building blocks, the foundations of really good health. And also, the boost drops help maintain pH balance and proper nerve conduction. They help contract and relax the muscles, provide structural support, and regulate tissue growth. As you can see, the minerals are a must. Once you finish the program, I highly recommend that you carry on with Boost. I know I use it all the time, and actually water doesn't taste the same without it, but it's a really important component of this whole regime, and your skin is included in the importance of it. Minerals are vital. So this is where we finish today. And my next video is going to be about emotional baggage and why it's so important to release negative emotions. And it's far, far greater than you might imagine. So I look forward to seeing you. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, put it below. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Lots of love. Bye.